Breaking tonight at 11, a shooting in northwest Atlanta. It's got roads blocked off. Atlanta News First anchor Joe Gorcho there on Joseph E. Boone Boulevard. Joe, what have you learned?
Tracy, within the last half hour, we have learned more information from Atlanta police, including when they responded to this shooting here at the corner of Chapel and Joseph E. Boone Boulevard. They said they responded around 9:26 this evening to someone being shot. When they arrived on the scene here behind us, right in this parking lot by the Pick and Pay, again, by the corner of this intersection, they found a 39-year-old man with apparent multiple gunshot wounds. That person had to be taken to the hospital. That person was alert and conscious. They say they're stable right now, but we don't know their current condition. Now, within this last half hour, Tracy, since I last spoke with you, we did see crime scene unit investigators taking pictures from the parking lot, putting evidence markers down, collecting evidence. Again, this is a primary focus of this shooting investigation, and they have been going up and down this street over the last hour or so since we've been here, speaking with people who may have saw something when it happened, and also going into the apartment complex as well, trying to gather more information. What we don't know right now, Tracy, is if anyone is detained for the shooting that happened earlier this evening, or if they know any of the circumstances leading up to what took place, sending a 39-year-old man to the hospital. Tracy, back to you.
All right, Joe, thank you. Now,